Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be talking all about TSM because they have a lot of craziness going on right now. Obviously, they had a disastrous spring split, really, unimpressive showing from both the LCS and the LCS Academy team, and then headed into summer split. Maybe they had some renewed expectations. Maybe they had some renewed hype or potential or whatever. Everybody starts out 0-0, but so far not so good for both the LCS and the Academy team. So, there's going to be some people on the hot seat. There's going to be some potential changes and rumors and stuff going on. And, that's what we're going to be talking about. So getting right into some of the news, there's definitely some big news we're going to talk about later on in the video, but we got to start out with some of the smaller stuff. I don't think this is like crazy news, but this is according to Wooloo. You can see here, Broik, LEC, Wooloo, Seeger. He says, sources, Anda is going to be joining TSM Academy. Obviously, he formerly played in the LCS for 100 Thieves. Jungler Anda is expected to join TSM Academy for the remainder of the summer split. He'll be replacing Hyper. Canadian jungler is, in 2018, he played for FlyQuest until the month of July. At the time, 100 Thieves traded their jungler Meteos for Anda from FlyQuest. With this coming to 100 Thieves, the LCS team finished 4th place in the summer split playoffs. Despite that result, 100 Thieves still qualified to the World Championships as a 3rd seed. So yeah, we've seen this guy in the LCS before. At times, he's actually looked okay in the LCS. He's never looked, consistently like good, and maybe he even looks consistently below LCS level. But again, the TSM team has not been great. I don't think Anda is going to be like, oh, if Spica leaves, Anda's going to be the LCS jungler next year, anything like that. No, I just think Anda is, a guy who's been around for a couple of years now. He's a guy who maybe he's going to provide a spark for this TSM team. Maybe he can give them, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of something, because we actually take a look at the LCS Academy standings right now. We can see that currently TSM is in last place with a match score of 1-2-7. They are 4-16 in their games. And that one match win, you can see here, this is a 2-0 against Cloud9, which came on June 8th. And I believe this was at a time where Cloud9 didn't even have their full Academy team. Cloud9's Academy players had to go up to the LCS. So really, you could make a strong case that TSM has been the worst Academy team by a significant margin in the LCS Academy system. And so there hasn't been a lot of players performing very well. But yeah, Anda going to TSM Academy, at least according to Wooloo, that is kind of interesting. Then we had this. This is a very big development. This is something I was going to make its own kind of video about, but obviously we've had some more news coming out regarding this. But this is from Divine Doctor 0521 from an iPhone client. Good news and bad news. A picture of outside. It's kind of weird. It's kind of ominous. From what I have seen, I think LCS Eevee put this out, but some other people were talking about this on some Discords and stuff. People are saying that this is Shenny's Weibo account. And this was a couple days ago, maybe even up to like a week ago at this point. I would guess probably 5 or 6 days ago. He said good news and bad news. And if this is Shenny, again, I cannot confirm that 100%. I don't really know much about Weibo. I don't really, I tried like going on Weibo and stuff. I don't even know how I can get on it or if I can get on it or how any of it works. I don't know. I was very confused. I was overwhelmed. I was in over my head. So I'm just want to put out this information with an asterisk by it. It is very speculative. This is kind of, he said, she said. What we're being told is that this is from Shenny saying good news and bad news. And again, like I said, if this is true, I've heard it from multiple people, so hopefully it should be reliable. If this is true, what would good news and bad news be? Well, I think the only bad news could be he's getting benched, he's getting kicked, he's getting, removed from TSM. What really else could the bad news be? I don't know. Maybe the bad news is, I got to stay with TSM longer. The good news is he's getting called up to the LCS team. I don't know. I would assume the bad news is that he's getting benched or kicked, and the good news is that maybe he's returning home to China or whatever. That's the only thing that I could think of. Maybe the good news is, hey, he has a team that he's going to be signing with or practicing with or playing with, maybe in the LDL or something like that. I don't really know, but that's at least where my mind went to this first. To me, this read like a post of Shenny getting kicked. And obviously there's a ton of thoughts and opinions regarding that whole situation, because I really do think that probably 2 years ago when TSM signed the Sword Art contract, that TSM probably had the worst offseason in the LCS and gave out one of the worst contracts in LCS history to Sword Art. They way overpaid him. He stayed for a year. They didn't even make it to Worlds. I don't believe they made it to an LCS finals or anything like that either. It was just a really, really horrible contract overall. And then obviously Sword Art leaves, and that was that. And then fast forward a year later, and then they spend over $1 million between buyouts and salaries, I believe is what we're going with, for Shenny and Kaido. And then after a single split, Kaido's gone, and now after a split in 3 weeks, it seems like Shenny could be gone too. I mean, that is absolutely terrible. That is absolutely disgusting. Now, 2 off seasons a row for TSM having some of the worst signings and contracts and money spending in LCS history. I mean, they did not get any kind of return on the Sword Art contract. They did not get anywhere near any kind of return on either Shenny or Kaido. This was supposed to be Team Speaks Mandarin. This was, marketed as a 2 to 3 year kind of plan, or hey guys, you got to be patient, you got to let this work itself out, like, hey, trust us, we're tired of just throwing around money all willy-nilly, we're going to develop, we're going to do good things. And I mean, not even a 2 to 3 year plan. This was closer to like a 2 to 3 week plan, or 2 to 3 month plan, maybe, if you're being generous. Like, Kaido might have gotten benched before 3 months. Shenny for sure got benched before then. So I mean, this was just an absolute mess. This was disgusting management, resource allocation, everything by TSM. And this is everything that I've been saying dating back to this offseason, that these moves just made no sense. They were so risky, especially once we heard how much they paid for them. Very, very strange moves. But again, that wasn't confirmed. This was still just very, very rumored, very, very speculative. But then we started having even more rumors coming out. This came from LCS Eevee this morning. I was talking with him a little bit. He said he heard this from some sources, but then this also started getting passed around the TSM Discord or something like that. Obviously, hey, I'm banned from the TSM Discord. I don't know what's going on there. I haven't seen it. This is another thing where we're kind of playing some telephone or some he said, she said, or whatever. But Eevee did tweet this out. And, Eevee hasn't been 100% accurate in everything he's put out or whatever. And it is just rumors or sources or, speculation or whatever, but overall I think he's been good. I've been a fan of the work he's been doing. I think he's been doing a lot of cool things, and I actually want to follow Chime. But what he put out was sources support Prismal is going to be joining GG Academy, GGS Academy, whatever it is, GG, but I'm still always going to say GGS. I think it sounds so much better. I think it's weird that they changed it, but he was going to be joining GG Academy, and that didn't make much sense to me because, hey, GG Academy has Chime. In the spring split, he was seen as one of the best support prospects, in the LCS Academy system. Yes, you have Ayla, who's a beast and probably maybe even the #1 prospect in all of LCS Academy right now. And then it's like, between Busio and Chime, who do you think's better? Some people are in the Busio camp, some people are in the Chime camp, but those were kind of, the 3 really, really, really good supports in LCS Academy, or the 3, really hyped up supports in LCS Academy at least. So Prismal going to GG Academy, Chime going to TSM, at least was a rumor here. And to me, that was like, hold up. Does this mean Chime is going to be starting for TSM? That's crazy. Does that mean he's going to TSM Academy? Does this mean Shenny's gone? Is Mia going to get benched? What is going on here? And then Eevee did follow this up with another tweet, and he said, sources support LOL Chime is going to be joining TSM Academy, replacing TSM Shenny. So again, at least according to Eevee, at least according to the rumors, speculation, none of this is a done deal. Take this all with a grain of salt. Take this all with a big asterisk. LCS is going into an off week. This stuff we might not even find out about until, next week when things get up and rolling again. But I at least want to get this news out to you guys because this is huge. If Chime is coming in and joining TSM Academy, if Shenny is gone, I still think this whole offseason, this whole 2022 season, it's been an absolute disaster. It's been gross. It's been disgusting. But I would actually love this pickup for TSM. Now, I think it would be very, very weird for Golden Guardians because I do think Chime is one of the better prospects in the entire LCS Academy system right now. Yes, they have Ole. Yes, it sounds like Ole's close to getting his green card, and Golden Guardians must really, really like Ole if they're willing to do something like this, if they're willing to give up a guy like Chime. I also wonder how much TSM is paying for a guy like Chime because he should be very, very valuable. And obviously, Golden Guardians is a team that could use some money right now, and TSM's probably a team with a little bit of money to throw around. But this is a very, very big deal. I am a huge fan of this for TSM, and all of a sudden, if they have Chime, and then they have a guy like Soul in Academy, maybe they're able to hang on to Spica, maybe they keep some of these young pieces together. TSM starts to look like a very, very scary team going ahead into the future. I don't know when this is going to pan out. I don't know if Soul is going to end up being a legit prospect. I don't know if Chime's going to end up being a legit prospect or whatever. But for me, Getting the guys like Soul and Chime, that is 10 times more exciting than getting, Shenny and Kaido this past offseason. Getting these young North American prospects that, if they develop, you will have strong resident talent on your team. And if not, then you can try again, and this is going to be relatively cheaper. It makes way more sense than taking chances on imports, using your import slots for guys that might not work out, and then also not having good resident players. Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. So if TSM really did go out, splash some cash, pick up Chime, that is a huge, huge, huge thing to me. And honestly, I would love if we get to see him play at some point for the LCS team at some point in 2022. We'll have to see how that goes. Obviously, I don't think Mia has been looking all that good throughout the 2022 season. But, obviously Chime and Tactical haven't played together at all. Who knows how long that's going to take, and who knows if they just want to put him in Academy for the rest of the split, maybe have him starting next year. I don't know. But again, it does look like, at least according to the rumors, Shenny could be all the way gone from TSM. Chime could be coming over. Prismal could be the new support for GGS Academy. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of spiciness, a lot of stuff going on in this video. We'll have to see how it all plays out, but I wanted to get this stuff out to you guys today. But that's pretty much it for this video. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this news. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out the Discord. First link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.